Hello and welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, where it's time for yet another visit to the great republic of det demokratiska Böhmen. Yes. And we continue, What? That's nothing. That's power being power in this game. So, never mind. We are here by where we left off. If we do leave off, if that is a thing, if chronology is a thing here, the 16th of October, grattis på födelsedagen. Faktiskt riktiga födelsedagen till och med. Grattis på födelsedagen. And yes, I had to make a slight digression there, a personal digression. Righty-ho. The bitumen power plant is there. I think that we need to consume, or we need to make use of more fuel. It is a good sign that the trains here are rolling, because that means that we are using more oil. And that's great. How much? 58 tons only we got there. And then, we do have a slight buffer as well. And these tanks were not even full. Are these extra tanks, which nobody uses? Yes, they are completely full by now. Those haven't been up for very long. What is that? Ah, that is the one that's connected directly to the to the oil refinery for some reason. Aha, and that's where we take the oil out for of course this extra storage here. Yes, extra storage here. I do have vehicles going here I want to load. I think that will be enough to go around. Anyway, what we want to do is increase the pace of which we export fuel, because over time we will get a build-up of fuel, which will cause a slowdown in production. Also, there could be more workers. There certainly could be more workers. And how are these people doing? You have not been living here long. I've filled the place up. They don't like to live here. Their happiness is dropping, but they're not hungry very much, so they can get on the bus and get food every once in a while. But the lifespan is only 60 years old, 60 years of age, and I would think that it has something to do with being close neighbors with a bitumen burning power plant. This might not work. We shall see. We can always make more people move, but it will be a terrible thing to have to administer constantly. Be administering this nice power plant, and it has storage of 350 tons internal storage of bitumen, and that just goes to tell you how dense of an energy source oil and oil-based products are. We compare that to even coal, which is also rather dense, but not. Yes, let's not go too far into that subject, because I might very well not be knowing what I'm talking about at all. There, sir. Let's see. Getting rid of more fuel. I suppose there is one way is to just click this button, discard 45 tons from this source. 45 tons of diesel on the ground there. But the trees don't seem to mind very much. No, they don't. But these people do mind. They are not happy about living this close to the power plant. Lifespan has increased slightly. We'll see how many the educated people have left. Apparently, more or less 47. They don't look educated. Never mind. How do we get more fuel out of here? We do that by putting more trains on here, of course. The easiest way to do it would be to, as we have done historically, just have this train load up on both fuel and bitumen. However, we just want to get by with rubles and build everything that we can, have that going to our pensions fund, great pensions fund. So I like that the rubles are going down when we're making. Well, we have built a few projects lately, so it's been going down, and it's going to continue to go down. As the way that we're getting the fuel out of here is, of course, by rail. It is already quite a busy place for rail. Maybe we could stop. I wonder what would happen if we stopped exporting bitumen to the Russians. This year, so far, 8 million. That is rather significant. I've spent 11 million rubles this year. Most of it in steel, which we make ourselves. Just a shame, really. But then again, construction. If it would be possible somehow to use your own steel when auto building, and still auto build for rubles or dollars, that would be rather great. Because the steel is the most significant part of the expense here, isn't it? In building and electronics, people are buying. As I've been over this before, they are completely obsessed with buying electronics. They get computers and they get televisions and radios. And radios and televisions is great that they get, because we have not one but two television stations here in the Demokratiska Böhmen, and also one radio station, and that is a great way for people to get their cultural needs satisfied. However, the problem is that they do not stop once they have gotten that. If we just take one random person here, how much electronics? Okay, you're not that bad. You have a little bit more than what you need, but not much. And you, okay, you're not too bad either. Where? When you go looking for it, it's you can't. There is one, and I have seen way worse. You have 8.82 electronics there. You don't need to buy that much electronics. Never mind. That doesn't make any sense to yell at the game. It won't change. I need to adapt. That's how the game works. One thing to do might be we could import $4 instead. That would mean that we would have maybe American, or not American. It is the 80s. We would have Japanese electronics. That wouldn't be that bad. Yamahas and Panasonics and Pioneers and JVCs and a lot Hitachi. Lots of great electronics coming out of Japan in the 80s, certainly. I digress. I'm sorry, I'll try and get back on track. Literally, lite bokstavligt talat, because I'm building a rail line for exporting more fuel and sell for dollars. And let's later make the decision if we're going to sell the bitumen, also be exporting the bitumen. This is a tight spot for trains. And if I'm going to be sending even more up here, I don't have that many blocks. But there aren't that. I do have a bit of blocks. I hope that I have more blocks than trains. As a great person has put it. Yes. Where then? Back on track. Yes, back on track. That's what we were going for. Where would be a good place to export? This is, of course, it is working. Let's try not to touch it now that we also have the high voltage line going through here. What would be interesting is to make a bit more use out of this line that was originally built for only for internal, moving stuff around internally. There is mountains and there is rivers and stuff to get over if you want to export that way. This is a rather magnificent rail line, I'd say. It snakes along the landscape here, a tunnel through the mountain, the train coming out the other side, maybe. Yes, here we go. This is the internal food transit train. But could we make some interesting use of this line? Again, I don't know what this is. This is a bug. We don't want to get snarled up in here. We don't want to go in here, basically, because there is no real good way of going through here. This is my internal place to put stuff that I may not use very much. I don't have any. Yes, I have a lot of fuel here. I haven't bothered sending any bitumen up here, apparently. So let's not get tangled up in that mess. Well, what would happen if we would take off here? Maybe over we could get over the ridge here, maybe a tunnel or something, and then a great high viaduct into a tunnel and coming out here, going down the valley here maybe, and here we are, NATO border. Is there a rail line? Yes, there is. Only one track, but what do we have over here? Here we have a great one. Not one, but not two, but 3 tracks. However, I'm not sure. Maybe I liked the small one more. Yep, I'm building this one. Yes, I am. Okay, so always when you're about to start something, Strakorov cargo train station. What is that place? Oh, that's. Is it a coincidence that I just flew past this area and this thing caught on fire? Please don't burn down. I do have fire protection out here because it is a populated area. Here we go. Here's the fire truck. Will he make it in time before the building and the train cargo station burns down? The bus. Did you see that? The bus tried to overtake the fire truck. Are you really that rushed, bus? There's a fire at the cargo train station. That was rather steep. There was a fire. Luckily there wasn't a train blocking there. Come on, man, hurry up. You have to be quicker than this. Well, man, someone built this road in a very, very stupid way, which means that I have to go a long, long way to get to where the fire is. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. There, Chief. Well, I say that you are going to make it. Or else. The vehicle that got there first was only a fire ladder, and I don't really see the need for a fire ladder at this place of fire. However, the trucks with the water has arrived, and they are spraying the water in a very determined fashion towards the flames even. That's quite a bit of detail going on there, and that is a lot of nice detail. And yes, the building was saved and the brave firefighters teleported away. Did we have any? No. Due to our brave firefighters, everything was well. Alright then, so we're going to go off here. Do I want to make this single tracked for a little bit? Just because, well, just because it is safer and easier. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Get the bulldozer out and erase, erase, erase. Aggressively erase like that. Yes. Erase. Yes. Erase. There we go. I do hope that this isn't too rough off. It is a bit rough terrain. I might have done something bad to myself here. Let's see. Let's see. Build concrete-based railway, please. And we go like that in a nice curve here. And there we go. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And take you back a little bit. And you go to here, like so. And we do need a little bit of signaling here. We are left-hand drive, of course, for trains, of course. That is not very far of a distance. That you're gonna have problems probably here. Yeah, I think that I am going to have problems, ain't I? Aren't I? Let's try and be forth seeing if the game will let me build this a bit further along here, please. Yes, all the way to the tunnel entrance. Great, much better in fact, because that means that we can definitely fit a train in here without any problems whatsoever. Put a release signal in there and remove this signal. I don't. I think it's. Yeah, I mean, I could have another block in here, but I'm going to go safe and not have. Right, 126,000 rubles for that bit, and we are only just getting started with the railway building, because that was just in order to have. There's a tunnel, and it is a long tunnel. That means that. Where is this? This block is enormous. That block starts then here, now, and the train has to go all the way into past these signals, either there or there or yeah, over here. Which might be a problem. Let's see. Let's care about that later. If we do have the luxury of caring about it. We are going over that way, aren't we? Yes, we are. And we're going... I did set out a rather ambitious plan here, I think. I was talking viaducts and tunnels and viaducts going into tunnels and what have you. Well, let's get started and see what happens. So I'll take off a spur here, going that way. And again, there is an annoyance. And no, that is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the wireframe, which is telling me that, are you going to build rail here? Seriously? Are you crazy? This is not somewhere you build rail line. This landscape doesn't really lend itself to rail infrastructure, now does it? This is interesting. How are we going to do this? I can go as far as there, and then I'm going to need an enormous viaduct. That will be fantastically expensive. Let's see what we get. Roar! It is difficult. I mean, if the game doesn't crash at this, there's a building in the way. There's screen. That's. I got it. We got it. Let's see. What does that look like? Pretty damned amazing. It's a great train viaduct going straight over there and heading in directly into a tunnel, railway tunnel. We're already up to 3.7 million rubles for this project here. Right, I said it was going to be expensive. Tunnel is above ground, we need to come out about there. There's a long way of single track here, and I haven't built up double tracking here. Neither have I built up double tracking here. Let's gör om och gör rätt. Do it again and do it right. There we go. And then we can, as soon as possible, which would be here, check out. And please just be kind and good to me now, because I have followed the rules of laying down rail in this game, haven't I? Yes, thank you very much, game. And also, if we could, no, that would be asking a bit too much. From just where we did it there. No, I'm not going to, because that never works. It just doesn't work. Ah, there we go. I think that this might still be too short. That is certainly not enough to get it in. Let's try and take it off. Okay, I need to take it back a little bit more. There we go. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. And signaling. We need signaling. You put a signal there, and there, and one there, and one. No. That's annoying. I really want it close by. Yes, that is long enough. Let's say at least a store to have one train waiting. What are we up to this far? I think that this still will continue to work, right? Won't it? No, it won't, because now I have a... Don't want to build all of it. Don't want to build all of it. Can't click that button, because then all of the plans go away. Maybe we do this. You can be a dub. Yes. And you as well. You can be two-way for now. That should... No, that will mess something up. It will. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The train can wait. There is nothing that important going there. And also, that train can make it to where it wants to go by going the other way, which apparently he's done, maybe. Focus. Back to where we were. Is this... No. That is not going to work. Now is it? That is terrible. It's a good thing I noticed. And it's a good thing I haven't actually invested yet in any of this. It would have been nice to have not gone down so aggressively, and especially eased off a little bit on the down before joining back with the landscape. But let's see. Now I am certainly dragging from the bridge, and it will allow me to come out there. And then I'm going down the valley, I think, and over by a menu button. No. Where are we, and where are we going? What was I saying? There we are. There, we're going over there. We are not that far off. Sorry for the camera work. I'm just so giddy with excitement here because the rail line is soon to be done. There we go. That's where we're going. Vraska. That's where we're going. Vraska. Are you now, before we go any further, jittery camera work? Yes, that's my thing, apparently. Are you connected? Yes, I would say that that is connected. 7 million rubles. Okay, are we there yet? No. Wireframe, please. Right then, we have a bit of a plateau going on here. That is rather steep. Is there a way here that is not that steep? No, I've been very big with my words that you can, as long as you follow the flow of the landscape, you can build almost anything you want in this game. I think that this is, however, no, and I don't have, because my tunnel exit. I'm going to have to do it again. Let's build a little bit of an approach here, and I would like to make that one of those nice curves, like as far as your aim is. Yeah, about there, and then take a tunnel, and let's see if the game wants to is thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, and if it wants to comply, or if it wants to crash, or what it decides to do. It's thinking hard, very hard. Oh, I think that we have a connection. Yes. I think that we have a connection. It's a long tunnel. Long tunnel. And Vaska hette det, va? Vaska. Where was Vaska again? I'm sorry, I'm getting old. I've been at this for 26 years. I've been the sole ruler of the Republic, and it is taking its toll. You see, here we have terrain that is not the most train welcoming terrain. Can we? Maybe? Please? Please? Yes? And then wiggle carefully about a bit. This rail line, if it works out, is going to be something that is talked about in pubs and everywhere. I think that we do take this side. Yes. And that is a long piece of single track that we got there. And well, I'm not going to run that many trains up here. Maybe one. But still, we do want the infrastructure in place and available to us should we ever need to do something more here. I do have 28 million rubles in the bank, and so far this project is up to 7.6 million rubles, so it is not Vraska. There is target. Yes. How are we doing elevation-wise? A bit better, but we are not there yet. But I'd say that we are coming along we are making progress at a great speed. At least the speed that you will have to accept from this game. That's why it's such a time sink. But I mean, imagine when this is done and we can buy the train to a new NATO border. Where are you, Vraska? There you are. I think that this is going to be great. Let's see, do we go here or do we go here? Do we go something like, there is a bit of, here maybe we can go through the forest. Yes, that's the plan. The wireframe building at night, I really need the wireframe. You see, without it I built straight into a hill, but apparently that was acceptable. Yes. Here's a tricky bit. Should I take out the chainsaw to the trees? No. Let's leave the trees in place. Should we try and... I think that there's a slightly gentler way to go down here. Yes. We are not in a mountainous area anymore. It's rather flat actually around here. And I selected to go for the one with a single piece of track. There we go. We are connected. Only single track though for a long way here, and we don't want to be single tracked. However, I don't think that it is justified to double track this all the way. No, that is a bit going beyond and above for no particular reason, or at least no good reason. Let's put a few blocks in here. No, that would have been a mistake. This is overkill. But we do want the trains to run smooth as well. Don't want them to be held up unnecessarily. And there we go single track. And for how long? Where is the border house? I don't think we go single track. Do we go single? I mean, Yes. Here before the forest, maybe we can have a little spot where they can queue up if they should ever need to. It is rather flat and forgiving land here, I think. And yeah, we're soon up to 10 million for this little project, and we don't even have any trains yet. We don't even have any trains yet. And single track through the forest. Yes. There we go. Still signaling. There we go. The other way, please. Thank you. When this game was first released in early access, the side of the track that the train wanted. I put this word in great quotation marks, even though that's not the right thing to use. They wanted to go on the left because when you put down a signal like this, click, and the next, yeah, that's how it is now apparently. But if we're going to be nitpicky, the signal is on the wrong side of the track, isn't it? It should be on the left side of the track for this track. But I suppose that's fine. As long as the trains go on the left, I'm happy with it. And then we need a bit more of queuing space here right before the order house. Let's not cut it too close. Let's leave a bit more run up. There we go. And then, no, that was go. I might change my mind on going single track through the forest here. Where is the double track is all over there. Okay, well then, yes. We go to about here. That is more space than we shall ever need. Which is also what Bill Gates said about 640 kilobytes of memory, right? 640 kilobytes of memory, that is, if we look at this, what we're looking at here, that's not very much. So he was wrong, and if a brilliant person like Bill Gates can be wrong, then we're all allowed to be wrong, aren't we? See here, I have to fight the signals a bit to get them to right. There we go. That is it. It is done. It is done. 9.2 million rubles. It is done. I just need to buy trains. Where should we be seated when I click the button to commit to actually building this? I don't even know if this is going to work. This might be too short to get a train in there, but those trains are rather short anyway, so it might work out. Let's see here. Yes, and we go on that crazy bit of line. Yes, buy. Rubles, yes, please. And watch the ruble count go down quicker than anyone's business. I mean, we could have built this with our own resources and manpower and everything, but it would have taken probably 2-3 in-game years to do. And to do that, you would have to set up construction offices, get people out here, workers. The amount of work days involved in a bridge is so great that it takes a long time. But bridges are possible to do. Tunnels, however, are not possible to do. Not rail tunnels anyway, as the vehicles that the rail construction people use to transport workers to the work site can only carry 50 workers at once, and only one vehicle can go at a time. And if it is, then it's 27 8,800 something workdays left. That is never going to get done, and that is a limitation and a bug, maybe not a bug, but something that should be addressed, I think, in this game, because you can't feasibly do construction of tunnels, railway tunnels, says the person who never does any of his own construction anyway. Okay, so everything except for the tunnel and bridge is done, I believe. And with looking here at the bridge being constructed, I say farewell. And even though the sun is not setting, I still say good night. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.